Okay, so I'm outside right now, obviously, and it's really bright, so I'm not sure what the quality of the video is going to be. But before I get to what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, today is pretty warm here in Dallas. I think the temperature it's 100 or 102, but it feels like 104 or something like that. Um, so I just got back from a run. I ran. It's right now. It's about 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. And I just got back from a run. Now, most people would think that I'm crazy for running um, with such high temperatures, and you know, I believe that the human body is capable of doing a lot of things that we only limit ourselves by. So a lot of it is mental. And again, I was while I was running, I was thinking about this, and I wanted to make sure that I tell you guys that whatever I tell you, this is just my own personal opinion. I am not a doctor. I am not a scientist, but everything that I tell you are things that I've actually tried on myself. I feel like I am my own guinea pig, and the things that I do them because they work for me. Now, there are some universal rules, obviously, when it comes to eating and things like that, that it doesn't matter who you are, you're always going to gain some type of benefit from doing those things. But I'm not encouraging anybody to go out and run, 5 miles when there's 104-degree temperature. But I'm telling you that I do it because I am always looking for ways to challenge myself. Just running 5 miles, when it's nice and cool, yeah, that's cool. You have great benefit from that, because you ran and you exercised and you were outdoors and you did what you had to do. But with me, I just like to push the envelope. I just like to challenge myself, and it wasn't easy. But when I started, I'm always thinking that every step I take, obviously, I am one step closer to coming back around. And the area where I live, there's a lot of hills, and some of them are pretty steep. But you know what? When I'm going uphill and I'm kind of busting my butt and I'm sweating, I'm thinking of on the other side of the hill, I'm going to be going downhill. So it's going to be easier. So that keeps me going. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you what my workout was today. Today I ran, and I think it was 5.3 miles. Very slow pace because that's what I do when it's really hot like this. I slow down because obviously I'm not going to be doing a 8.5 minute mile when it's hot like this if I want to finish the whole course. So that was my workout today. As far as what I ate today, I haven't eaten anything yet. I woke up, I had my coffee with heavy whipping cream and some Truvia, my espresso that I mix it up in. I make my own Americano, and that's pretty much it. And I also had a one of those sugar-free monsters. That's my vice. Okay, I do like to drink those. No calories, sugar-free, but I'm sure it's got crap in it that I shouldn't be taking. But I do like to do that. But that's it. So then for dinner, I'm probably going to have a ribeye or something like that with vegetables and an avocado, and that's going to be my routine for today. Uh, but what I wanted to talk to you guys today, and this is something that Diana asked me to talk about, was, well, what if I'm injured? What if I have an injury that prevents me from exercising? That's a very valid point. Keeping in mind that the important thing is the food that you put into your body. I'm going to say that to you every single time because I have to bring that home to you. That's 80% of the battle. The exercising is just the icing on the cake. That just makes you look a little bit better. It gives you some, makes your muscles a little bit fuller and whatnot. And of course, it makes your heart healthier and all the organs in your body, your ligaments, your tendons, your muscles, and all that. But for the purposes of losing weight, remember, it's what you eat, it's what you put into your body that allows you to effectively lose weight and not gain any more weight. The exercise is just extra because you see a lot of people that are skinny and they're not in shape; they're just skinny. but they're skinny, fat maybe. I don't know because I don't exercise. But so yeah, look, we're all humans. We all suffer injuries. I suffer now. Ever since I lost my 50 pounds, I get injured less, especially when I'm running. And I love to run. I really enjoy it. Um, and but before I used to get hurt all the time. My ankles, my knees, my lower back. Well, that's because I was carrying all this extra weight with me, and that's why I would get hurt. So the reason why a lot of people get injured is because they're carrying too much weight or they're not exercising properly. They might be even using the wrong gear. Like for instance, these tennis shoes right here, these Hoka 1-1, these are amazing as far as for running. I love this pair of shoes. They're so fluffy, they're super light. They're not cheap, but they're great. I love them, and I think this is like my 5th pair. Again, you need to have the proper gear, whether you're walking or whether you're running. It doesn't matter. You need to have the proper equipment. So, but like for instance, my left rotator cuff. I think it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago. It went out on me. I couldn't even lift my arm. I couldn't comb my hair. I remember I was actually on vacation with my friend in Cancun, and I'm in front of the mirror and I'm like this. I'm trying and I'm like I can't. And it was really weird, but I got injured. Well, now I thought about surgery, but you know what? I didn't. I don't like surgery. I don't like prescription medication. If I can avoid it, I will avoid it. So what I did was I just let this thing heal itself. It took a while, but it did. But recently, it's been giving me problems. When I do pushing exercises, like if I'm doing a push-up like this, it hurts. It hurts, and I feel like it's about to tear again. But I can actually do it like this with my elbows close to my body. For some reason, I'm not using the same rotator cuff sleeve or whatever it is that you call it, if I do it like this. So I work around it. My point is this: we're all human. We're all going to have weaknesses. We're all going to have injuries. It could be an injury that happened a long time ago when you were a kid. It could be a medical condition that you have that prevents you from doing certain things. But it doesn't mean that you cannot exercise, because if this is bad for me, if this hurts, if I'm injured, well, okay, fine, I won't be able to do push-ups. Well, guess what? I can still go running. You're still exercising, so you can do other things. You know, if you have problems with your wrist, if you have problems with your bicep, your tricep, you know, you can actually get a chair where you actually go like this and you squat. Okay, and you squat. You can do squats. You can do a lot of different things. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to, you know, do a bench press with 225 pounds. So that's important for you to understand, that you don't have to. You only limit yourself by what you have around you. And you need to work with whatever it is that you have. If you have some type of injury, you can work. There's always options, okay? You may not be able to do a full push-up, but you do a quarter of a push-up. You just do it a little bit, and that's okay. You're still going to get some benefit from it. So it's important that you understand that. And you don't let your injuries, just because you're injured, okay, that's it. You know, my knee is messed up. I can't exercise today. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay in bed. Well, that's not gonna help you any. If your knee's messed up, then you bench press, then you do curls, then you work your shoulders. There's always options. So it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how out of shape you are. You always start slow. You always have options. Think about it. There's tons of different ways, for instance, to do a push-up. Okay, there's probably about 30 different ways to do a push-up. And you just have to make sure that you work around your injury. It doesn't mean you don't exercise. There's, you know, even if your lower back, if you have your lower back, remember, you need to strengthen those muscles so you can heal. Many times, the reason why we have an injury is because there's not enough blood flow going through that area. because when you get hurt, where you hurt your arm or something like that, your body has the ability, you kind of swell up a little bit. Well, that's the body just trying to protect itself. Okay, so but then there's no blood flow through that area. So what do? You go to therapy, and what does the therapist do? They exercise you, they stretch you, they give you little by little strength exercises. Here's a funny, not a funny story, but an interesting story. When I was in Cancun, I met this former police officer from Las Vegas Metro, and I remember I met him when he was leaving, and so he stopped me, in the lobby, and he had a neck brace on, and he goes, "Hey, come here." He goes, "Look." So he pulls out his phone. He shows me a picture of himself about 10 years ago, and where he was in really good shape, and then a picture of him and his wife. They both look amazing. And he tells me, "Yeah, I used to look like you. As a matter of fact, look at this picture. My wife said that we look a lot alike." And he goes, "But I got injured, on the job, and I had to retire medically. I was paralyzed on the right side of my body." And so I was like, "Wow." Now, I didn't pry. I didn't ask him to tell me what happened. So I was like, "Man, that's crazy." I go, "You look great now," And so he's moving now, although he has the neck brace, but he was able to regain the mobility to that side of his body that was paralyzed, and that was through a physical therapist that was a pretty good physical therapist that helped him. So again, like with that, it was exercising that brought his mobility back. He was able to start using his body again because of exercising, stretching, therapy, massages, and all this other stuff. There's all these different things that you can do to make it better. So it doesn't mean you stop moving, because when you stop moving, that injury or whatever it is that you have is not going to get better. Okay, of course, sometimes you do need to rest a little bit, but it doesn't mean you stop exercising the other parts of your body, because then you're going to get to a point that now you're going to be so out of shape, and you don't want it. It's good. I mean, not that you can't, but it's going to take you longer to get back to where you want to be. So keep that in mind. Just because you have an injury doesn't mean you stop. Work around it. Okay, if you're not able to sprint, jog. If you're not able to jog, walk. As simple as that. Again, exercising for the purposes of being healthy, it's very little. You really just have to get up and do what your body is intended to do. Just move around. You don't have to be a CrossFit champion, in order to gain all the benefits of exercising. Remember, food, what you put into your body, that fuel is really what's going to make the difference. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming to the channel again. I'm trying to put out as many videos as I can, at least once or twice a week. Sometimes I ramble a little bit, but I just want to share my experience with you, because I think it helps me when I let you guys know what my day was. It's almost like my diary, and that allows me to just stay focused on the prize, which is, to live to be 100. Yeah, but a healthy 100. Remember, I've said this before. I want to live to be 100, but I don't want to be kept alive till I'm 100. There's a huge difference, and it can be done. It can be done because it can be done due to the decisions that you make today. Those choices that you make today will determine whether you're able to live to be a healthy 100. Okay. Like for instance, though, it's just sad today. I saw on Twitter that John Travolta's wife passed away at 57. Kelly Preston, just very young, had breast cancer. Obviously, those things, there's nothing that we can do about that. That's just life. And then also Elvis Presley's grandson, Lisa Marie's son, passed away also over the weekend. I think it was Friday. He was 27 years old. They didn't give any details as far, as to why or how he passed away, but it's just really sad that young people were taken away so soon. So you have to remember, you are in control of your life. Think of your life as a movie. Okay, you're not just the actor in that movie. You are the writer, you are the producer, you are the director, you are the editor. You're the one that does everything in that movie. So you are the one that dictates how that movie is going to end. Is it going to be a crappy movie or is it going to be a really good movie? You have a choice to make. So start writing your movie, keep writing the script every single day, and make it the best movie that it can be. You can do it. If at 52 years old I can lose 50 pounds and be in the best shape of my life, you can do it too. Don't let anybody stop you. The only thing standing between you and your success, it's you, not what's around you. Okay, it's you. You make those decisions. You make those choices whether you want to eat the pizza or not, whether you want to go to the gym or stay home and watch TV. Those are your choices. So you have to live with them. Okay, so thank you so much. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video on social media, on Facebook, and see if your friends will join the channel too, have them watch it, and maybe there's something that I can help them with. And I love the questions and the requests. Go ahead and keep them coming. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.